Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's meal kit number 59 for the week of June 30th to July 4th. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of your special celebrations at home. We've got a beautiful menu for you tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I've actually, to keep the video short, I have gone ahead and get started. So the potato pave for the main course and our Cornish hen are in the oven. I've staggered it a little bit so that the potato pave, which is meant for 12 minutes on the first side, it's on parchment paper on a baking sheet at the bottom of your oven at 425 degrees, has gone in a few minutes ago, and I've set an alarm to be able to tell me when it needs to be turned. And then we've got this beautiful brined smoked Cornish game hen from Quebec. And that's gone in the oven 2 minutes later because it's 18 minutes in total to warm it up. So my alarm's going to tell me when it's ready in 4 minutes to flip the pave, and then the hen comes right out of the oven. Super easy. The appetizer. It's easy to make, and it is super delicious. This is probably my favorite salad of Chef Rich's of all time. So we've got endive and arugula, and this is actually on the menu at Becta right now, and so it's such a steal of a deal to have this through the curated package because it's probably about half the price that you would pay coming into the restaurant. So we have the arugula and the endive. We've got a preserved lemon vinaigrette. Just toss that right in there. All the ingredients just kind of get tossed in there except for the last three, the olives, the dill, and the serrano ham. So we've got our roasted almonds go in, and our pickled onions, pickled red onions, and they can all go in there as well. Don't forget some salt and pepper. Always a generous amount of salt and pepper. And then we're going to give it a stir. So the lemon, the acid from the lemon and the salt from and the serrano ham and the olives will all balance off the bitterness of the salad. And give that a nice stir there. It's a beautiful salad because it accompanies all the different textures as well. All that great crunch of the endive and a different crunch of the almonds, the nuttiness. And it's beautiful. Give it a good stir there. And then we've got our whipped feta. So split it up onto your plates. And we're just going to spread that around in the base. So again, more acidity to balance off the bitterness, but also the creaminess and the texture that the whipped feta has. Now, this is why you order from us and not from Good Food. But you maybe order from Good Food too, but this is where the value add comes in, is all these different layers of textures and flavors and colors, in fact, as well. The salad is beautifully colorful. All right, going back to the plating instructions, the whipped feta is on the bottom. Then we're going to do the endive mix. Make sure our red onion is equally distributed. And while I'm doing that, I want to say congratulations to all of you who have gotten your second vaccine, either appointment or your dose. My wife and I have ours scheduled for Friday, so July 2nd. Super excited to feel the effects. Many of our colleagues have gotten vaccinated already with the second dose, and it's kind of kicked their butt for a day or so. But isn't it great to be able to feel like you can start seeing your relatives and your friends and just get together in person again? Eat on a patio maybe. Our patios opened a few weeks ago, and it's amazing to be able to welcome people back in person and have our staff do what they do best, which is care for people in person. So with the salad, just make sure to, could get a little messy. Swipe the sides up a little bit. It's always nice. I always love having a kitchen towel around. All right, and then next we're going to do the Kalamata olives. garnish. I love using my hands when cooking at home for my family. Hey, Google, off. So I'm going to pause on the salad while I flip this. Hey, Google, set an alarm for 8 minutes. So our potato pave, and there's lots of butter in there, so you'll see some butter sort of melt out, and you're going to flip it around because you're going to put it on the cut side, and you can actually put it together like that so it holds together nicely. And that's going back in, and the smoked hen is smelling beautiful. All right, now we can finish off our salad. So next we're going to do the dill for a garnish. Now I'm recording this video on Tuesday night. Now let me let you in behind the scenes a little bit. We always pack up the stuff and we go through with our sous chef Megan, who runs our curated program. The chef designs the menu and then she does the execution for most of it, and it's terrific. But sometimes it doesn't translate. So the dill came in, got caught right at the end because it was on the menu but not the finishing instructions. And so we just put it in there. So if you were finishing your dishes on Wednesday night or on Canada Day, if you've ordered in advance, then your dill might be mixed in with the endive like mine was rather than separated. I'm going to ask Megan to separate it for the rest of the week. So apologies if you have to do a little work there separating the dill out, but it's great as a garnish. And then we've got this lovely Serrano ham, and it can be done in rolls to be on top here. And while I'm doing this, I want to talk to you about the biggest challenge facing the restaurant industry now, and see if you guys can help. We need staff. We have always had amazing, great staff, but some of our staff through the pandemic have left to go on to other careers. One of our great people that have actually really helped our curated program over the last year, Kala, has just accepted a job with the government, which she wanted to do for a long time. But a lot of people have, with the ups and downs of the restaurant industry over the past year, we've really cared for them like family and protected them any way we can. But for some of them, the uncertainty has been challenging. And more than anything, they have not been able to practice their craft. And that's what we all long for, is to be able to care for people in our own special way, do the thing that we are best at. And so a lot of them have left the industry. So we need to basically recruit and train a new generation of hospitalitarians. And so we're going to ask for your help. We're trying to find a way to do this and to bring people back into this industry, which is so gratifying. So if you're watching this video, and if you have somebody in your life who maybe is looking for a new career, a new path, maybe it's a young person who has just finished school or in university and they're looking for a great job, this is a beautiful industry to be in. Very rewarding, very people-centric. Anyway, please ask them to send a resume along to info@becta.com because we'd love to talk to them, even if they don't have any restaurant experience, because we can train that. As long as they have that joy and love in their hearts and they want to enjoy caring for other people, that is something that we are looking for. So I'll ask for your help, and thanks in advance for any thoughts of people that might do this. In the meantime, check out this awesome looking salad. So endive and serrano salad with whipped feta, almonds, dill, kalamata, olives, marinated red onion, and the arugula. Beautiful. All right, main course is coming up. Oh yeah, I better get rolling on this. So I put the sauce in the pan, and I'm supposed to be stirring it. Hopefully I haven't lost it. No, I think I'm in good shape. But I'm going to turn this down just a little bit because it's definitely warmed up. The sauce chasseur, which is a very reduced chicken stock with some mushrooms in it. And it's going to be great with the Cornish hen. Now we've got our pan to medium. We're going to throw our lovely oyster mushrooms in. from Le Copain, our great mushroom supplier in Quebec, in Wakefield. And we're going to saute those up for 4 minutes before we add our carrots. If I got that right. Let me make sure. Yes, 4 minutes, and that's with 1 tablespoon of canola oil, or in my case, if you've watched this before, you know that I love grapeseed oil because it's got a lovely neutral flavor and high smoking content. All right, and let me talk about the wine. Can't believe I haven't gotten into this yet. O&H Bourg, l'Instance Gourmande Rosé from the southern Côte d'Aron. So a blend of Grenache, Cinsault, and Mourvedre, done in a saignée fashion. So they bleed a little bit of the juice off of the red wine in order to concentrate the red and make a refreshing, dry, summery rosé for those really hot summers in the Côte d'Aron, and they are. So they're relatively new to the game in the Southern Rhone, having taken over the property in 2008, and they immediately began to farm organically. And this Grignan les Aldemars is the newest cru designation in the Côte d'Aron, which means it's a specially designated region that has particularly great wine. And I'm a huge fan of this. Connor, our wine director, is a huge fan of these guys. We featured, their reds in the past, but this is the first time I've tried the rosé. It is delicious. Mm. All right, don't forget to saute your mushrooms. You can use tongs if the hold the pan and shake it around method doesn't work for you. And don't forget 4 minutes, and then we throw the carrots in. And the chasseur is going well, but I'm going to plate up dessert while that's happening. Now, our Megan is not only our curated chef, but she's also our pastry chef. And she makes the most beautiful desserts. Now, tonight we've got a fraisier cake with fresh strawberries, vanilla, marzipan, and mousseline. And literally all you have to do is separate it and put it in your bowl or on your plate, and away you go. How beautiful is that? Look at that stuff. How the way she set everything in there. Because it's strawberry season. Can't wait to try that in a few minutes. And that is the only thing you need a knife for all night. Okay, so I bet you this has been 4 minutes. So the carrots are going in. 1 tablespoon of butter for 2 portions. Oftentimes we do 1 tablespoon of butter per person, but in this case, the carrots have already been roasted. Hey Google, off. And just give that a stir. Let me turn my oven off and get my main course plates ready to go. I want to make sure that I season my carrots and my mushrooms. Yeah, I want to tell you about the red wine tonight, but actually the red wine I have and the red wine you have are slightly different. Our Chianti that our wine director Connor had ordered wasn't in until tomorrow morning. So for those of you who ordered for Wednesday, you should have it. I really hope so. But he gave me a slightly different one from the same producer. It's also Sangiovese based, but the Chianti has a little bit of Cabernet in it as well. And anyway, Bindi Sagradi, and beautiful producer. This is the same producer. Anyway, I'm a big fan of reminiscent of cherries and raspberries, while the palate is soft and round. Nose intriguing notes of grapefruit and fresh citrus, which it is. Okay, and you're thinking, Steve, get the damn stuff out of the oven. And I'm thinking the same thing. So if I go back to my plating instructions for the main course, potato pave first in the middle of the plate, then the veggies beside the pave. The Cornish hen is, because it's been brined, is really juicy, and it's not going to dry out for me if it's in the oven for another minute or two. So the pave goes in there. You see all the beautiful layers. And you got the butter, so why let it go to waste? Pour it right on top. And that you do not get in a Good Food meal kit. So we've got our mushrooms and our carrots beside. I gotta say, this is pretty decadent for me. My family and I get to enjoy not only one portion, but two portions with the wine pairing every week. And as big and long, as hard as a day as it might be leading up to this, I know I always enjoy recording these videos and connecting with you virtually. And then I know that there's going to be a great meal that the chef has put together for us on Tuesday nights when I do the video. All right. So here is our Cornish game hen. Now, if you want, you can separate it. Here's a hot pan. So let me put a trivet down, even though it's on a cutting board, which is kind of silly. Ah, look at that gorgeousness. Beautiful. Now, you've got all this pan juice. Don't let it go to waste. Pour it on top of the game hen. Lovely. And now our sauce. Get rid of my little spatula there. Grab a spoon. Now, the chef always says, put the sauce around the plate. You can do whatever you want. If you want to do it on top of the game hen, go for it. But from a presentation standpoint, it is always nicer to sort of mix it around, move it around the plate. I'm using a little coupe tonight because I like the look of it, but a flat plate will work just fine. And that is the stuff of dreams. And what I did is went and grabbed, oh yeah, Cornish hen. Make sure to season with salt and pepper. I think actually in the instructions they talked about doing it earlier. But beginning or end, you're okay. It doesn't really matter. And I grabbed some fresh parsley out of the garden just to put a little something green on the plate. The chef's going to be like, hey, what'd you do that for? Anyway, I'll try to convince him tomorrow if we can include some parsley or something. Maybe he wants a purity of a dish. I don't know. But I think it is great with a little bit of green. It just helps things pop. So I wish you could smell this. It's beautiful. Smoked Cornish game hen with the roasted heirloom carrots, sauteed Le Courprien mushrooms, the potato pave, and the sauce chasseur. I got to practice because my wife and I want to move to France for 3 months when I hit 50 in 3 years' time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks for ordering. Thanks for being with us this week. And I wish everyone a happy Canada Day, either if you're watching this video before or after. And I hope to catch you next week.